Growing up in the Philippines, everyone admired my best friend Dudie and I. We were always together. Everyone thought we were brothers. While he was fair-skinned and better looking than I, what struck everyone was our demeanor. We acted very sure of ourselves, with tremendous confidence. We were both raised to be gentlemen, and both our mothers saw to it that we were. Both our dads are OFW, overseas foreign worker, before they even coined the term. The biggest influence in our upbringing was our mothers. My dad was an engineer working in Guam and only spent 1 or 2 months a year with us at home. His dad was a merchant ship captain and able to spend time only when his ship docks at the Manila harbor. Because our dads are OFW, both our family are middle class. We were both studying in private schools, and the path laid down by our parents for both of us is to become medical doctors. After high school, we both took the exam and got accepted at the University of Santo Tomas Pre-Med College. As a dutiful son, he enrolled in pre-med, while I went against my parents and enrolled in architecture. That was the very first time we parted courses. His dad was a role model to me at the time. I was so impressed with the camaraderie he had with his many sons. They call him by his first name as if he was just a member of our gang. He played sports with us but steered us away from bad influences such as alcohol. I wanted to be married early like him so I can be friends with my children while we are still very young. I got married before Dudie. My mother tasked him to be our cord sponsor, surreptitiously to guard against the cord being broken between my new wife and I, a job he took to her. My wife knew that she can trust him to get me away from temptations. He was godfather to my daughter Mylene. He did not follow me and got married right away. He did such a good job. My wife and I celebrated 57 years of marriage. His was over 50 years too. The first tragic milestone that befell their family was the sudden death of their father, who was the sole breadwinner of the family. Dudie and his brothers had to quit school and find work to help their mother, whose only training was being a dutiful housewife. They moved their residence to a smaller house and lived quite modestly. It took a while before Dudie could get married. When he finally did, both our wives became good friends themselves, and I became godfather to his daughter, too. To raise his family, he went from one job to another, each time elevating himself because of his industry and tenacity. Everyone admired his work ethics, but both qualities were not properly rewarded in the Philippines. There, your relationship to the company owners matters more than your industry. He was slowly climbing the ladder at the custom agency, but being overtaken by young hires with connections. He confided in me that he enjoyed working for Chuck Norris Production because they seemed to appreciate hard work. He worked hard and was always on location. Soon he was being assigned more and more duties, up to managing location setups. He transformed a beach in the Ilocos to appear like it was in Mexico. It was about this time when I moved my entire family to the United States, taking advantage of my wife's U.S. citizenship. I was encouraging Dudie to do the same. It took Dudie quite a while to follow me. He was already close to 60 by the time they arrived in Los Angeles. Because of his age, it was harder for him to find work. But find work he did, because he was not picky. He was a night clerk at 7-Eleven against my advice because I thought it was dangerous. He was a stockroom manager and had improved inventory control for the company. Still, his age took a toll on his body. He had a triple bypass surgery, and his diabetes eventually damaged both his kidneys, and eventually he had to undergo dialysis treatment. We continued to be brothers to each other. I count on him to be the first to greet me on my birthday, and he counted on me for whatever. On my birthday celebration last 2016, he was there to celebrate with me. I noticed that he had aged and he was extremely quiet. He enjoyed a long visit with my wife. Before my birthday, I visited him when he was hospitalized in Anaheim, and his wife was there with him. A few months later, he told me she passed away in Las Vegas. The loss of his wife was such a traumatic blow to my friend. Dudie had a cunning way of anticipating what I needed in looking after my interests. He passed away only a few weeks before my wife Mary Ann did. I could not tell her that Dudie was gone, as I knew it will only depress her so much. Somehow, knowing my best friend, I knew he was preparing a welcome wagon to greet her when she passed away. I felt good that my best friend will keep my wife company, although I dearly miss both of them. What I admired the most about my best friend Dudie was whatever misfortune befalls him, he somehow always finds a way to face it head on, without whimpering or feeling sorry for himself. Whatever help we gave him were all voluntary and not because he begged for them. I am yet to meet another person like him. I think I'm out of luck. There can never be another Rodolfo Melgarejo. I count myself extremely lucky to be called his best friend. Goodbye, Dudie, until we meet again.